Hello, Libras. I am sorry that it's taken me so long to get myself together and bring out these monthly readings. And I normally call them the homework family readings, but what Spirit's telling me is to change the name to home light security readings. So it's more or less checking in with your inner security. And when I do these videos, I'm trying to make sure that people are reading them or hearing them in the right point of view. So this is for Libra for the month of March. And if this is, it says it right there below, it's telling you how to understand this. It's explaining that if you're a Libra sun sign, I'm getting into more of your core energies. And if you're a Libra moon sign, I'm getting more into your emotional energies as well as your physical energy. But then when it comes into your rising sign, that would be more of the manifestation in your 3D reality, the three-dimensional world, and what's really happening with that manifestation. So it gives you a better idea of how to view these readings if you've never viewed them before. Now, Libras, first thing before I get into the astrology or I pull any tarot is Spirit is telling me for you all, you're kind of in, maybe it's recognizing the outer world and the others that are in your life and the relationships and if they're really working out or not. You're starting you're sort of starting to come into your social extroverted side. You're coming out of your, innermost personal areas that we kind of keep to ourselves, and you're starting to actually, bring that out more into the world, which is exactly what you need to be doing. Now, let me double check something here in my notes. I have too many ways the Spirit talks to me, and I'm just trying to validate that I'm giving you the right information. Yeah, you're really getting to the heart of the matter. And I mean like the heart chakra. Uh, because it's just one of the ways that they talk to me is they are hitting the heart chakra, which is going to be not just about opening up your heart, but it's going to be about forgiveness and acceptance and moving on and allowing yourself to do what really is best for you by loving yourself. Like they say, I mean, health is wealth, but at the same time, it's you forgive and you let go. You don't necessarily forget. You want to move on. The other thing that Spirit's telling me is for many of you, it's coming into a problem with dealing with or understanding the connection with your spiritual self. Um, there may be tensing up situations coming out because of it, because you're learning things about yourself or about your truth. Um, when you cannot figure out how to further your way forward in a psychic or an intuitive way, and you're not fully trusting in your skills, you're probably holding back on a level, not fully believing in yourself. For some of you, at least that's what I'm being given. Maybe wanting to go at your own pace instead of what's best for you, feeling inflexible, like you think you know everything, and it's actually getting in the way instead of allowing nature to take its course. The big question is, what do you fear? What do you fear of failure within what you're trying to shift and change as you move forward? Speaking your heart and soul with authority and being capable and comfortable with yourself in order to do so. I feel like it's just a lot of overwhelmed energy wrapped up with some bitterness and blame, and that's ego. Making you question yourself and doubt yourself is really where I'm going with that. And maybe some of the zeal point energy, because I'm getting a lot of fuss going on in the back of my head as well as with my neck and my ears. So for me, this typically means, that supernatural highway. And I always say the supernatural highway is between the heart and the third eye or the crown. And what that means is you're holding on to the I coulda, shoulda, woulda. Well, what if I would have done that? What if I did this? I could have done it that way. No, that stuff will make you mad. And you can't be sitting in that, because all that's going to do is drive you crazy and make you think about what never happened. You can't go down that road. So this is about establishing what has happened, where you are, how do we continue to further our life in the most positive way from here, period. Now, you have, you are actually, as Libras, whether it's sun, moon, or rising, that energy of the Libra is technically walking this month through its sixth house and into its seventh house, which means it's gone from, duty, health, diet, your mundane task. And I say this all the time, everything that you do on a daily basis. You get up, you brush your teeth, you take your shower, you get ready to go to work. You have a routine that you follow. And these are the people, the places, and the things that we consume, but they consume us. And the subject here is the people, places, and things that are part of your life. Is it supporting your life? Is it really helping you to achieve the goals, the dreams, the desire, the happiness, everything that you want? Or do certain things in these areas need to shift? And it's going from that house into Aries, because the sun will be moving. Wherever the sun is the house that you're actually in. And it will be moving into the seventh house. So it's going into the relationship zone. This is why I was saying, Spirit is saying that it's starting with, your inner world throughout the beginning of the month. But as we're coming into the second half, we're actually starting to look outwardly, and we're adjusting things according to what's needed here. Now, let me give you some rundown. Like I said, it's going from the sixth to the seventh house. Now, you've got a lot of energy going on here. Jupiter has been abundantly, not Jupiter, Pisces, your sixth house, has Mercury in it. It had Neptune in it. It had the sun in it. And it had Jupiter in it. So abundantly, it's been probably overwhelming, just trying to keep up. Okay, trying to keep up, trying to make sure that you're on point, trying to make sure you didn't forget anything. And with Mercury now being here, especially, Mercury isn't even playing. This month, Mercury is only going to be in Pisces up until the 27th. That's not even going to be there for 3 weeks. Mercury ain't playing. He doesn't want nothing to do with Pisces energy. He's trying to get into Aries. Okay, and with us looking at the universal 12th house of Pisces, and we adjust that energy that way, you're starting to realize that you could easily get sidetracked and miss the point. So up until the 27th, when it moves into Aries, you want to make sure that you have your eyes open and you're paying attention. Mercury being in Pisces is with Jupiter here, with Neptune here, and the sun here all at the same time up until the 27th, is very easy for car accidents and stuff along that kind of line, because you're not paying attention. So it's really making us get into ourselves, into our thinking and our mind chatter, and paying attention to, well, does this work for me in our, people, places, and things in your everyday mundane tasks. The thing about the mundane tasks that's every day is there's nothing that's mundane about it. It's the most important things about your manifestation and how you carry your day and your manifestation forward. Then it goes into the relationships. Okay, then we're going to be moving into the relationships, and we're going to be evaluating them for, as the sun moves in on the 27th, but you're still going to be coming through this energy, and then it's going to be coming on top of Chiron and Pallas. So all of this energy is going, what about your daily routines, the people, places, and things that are in your life? Do they support everything that you want? Do they support the type of relationships that you want? And are they healing, or are they kind of just stagnant and not really giving you the soul love that you should be having? Remember, Libras, I give you guys a hard time a lot, and it's only because I do love you. Libras, you guys have got to remember, you are not the scales. Libra, the sign, is the scales that create harmony and balance, but you are not. And you guys tend to stand on the back burner, and you're like, well, I want to make sure that you're happy. I want to take care of this. I want to take care of that. Before you know it, you're not even in the equation. And this is saying it's time for you to get in the equation. It's time for you to make sure that you are happy as well, by acknowledging where you're not happy and what needs to shift so that you can become happy in your daily life, but as well in the routines and the people that you keep. Now, I'm going to go backwards here because I always start off with the sun, and I wanted you to know where you're at. Your 11th house, though, is off the chain because all that energy had been in your 10th house of Capricorn, but now it is in the 11th house. And what I'm meaning by that is you have Vista that's now moved into Aquarius. You have Mars and Venus that are in Aquarius. Venus is now ahead of Mars. You also have Saturn in Aquarius. And you have Juno in Aquarius. So Aquarius for you is your 11th house. This goes into the exact opposite of that 6th house in a form. It's speaking to you of, is it? Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. No, it's your 5th house. I'm sorry, it's your 5th house. That, I'm glad I didn't explain that. Your 5th house, though, is talking to you. It does still go with it. It's speaking to you about understand the rules, the laws, the boundaries that you have to be able to enjoy the life you want to have, to actually be part of the life you want to see come into fruition. The 5th house is all about what makes you tick, makes you enjoy life. So what in the world are you here for? What do you enjoy? What do you want to do? I say all the time, musicians like to play their instruments or write their songs, and be able to practice their gift, when they have the free time or because they've made time for it. Artists, poets, writers, if you want to see your dreams, your goals, your ambitions, what you enjoy doing, what you want to be part of, this isn't just hobbies, it's your pursuit of pleasure and what makes you enjoy expressing your life here. And it's asking you again, you go back to those relationships and the outer world and those people, places, and things, and what about them are helping you to achieve enjoying what makes you tick? What about them enjoy being with you and friends with you and seeing you grow, you bloom, you blossom into everything that you are? And which ones only are trying to push you in the direction they want to push you in? This has a lot to do with what you're seeing because, like I said, Saturn is there in Aquarius, which is all about rules, laws, and boundaries, but is also willing to take its chance and try some new things. Now you have Mars and Venus here, which is directly asking you, are you seeing where you're valued by that outer world? And who supports these dreams, goals, ambitions? Who supports your pursuit of pleasure? Who wants to be part of that? And is there an even give and take there? And is the passion and the action and the aggression and being able to do it, your inner belly dancer, is the inner spark and fire and fun there? Because if you're not enjoying this life and you're not part of it, then you're just kind of going through the motions. And that's not what you were here for. So this is part of what we're experiencing and what you're looking at, so that you can understand what you're seeing throughout this month. What did I do? Okay. Now, your 4th house still has Pluto here, but it's the only thing that's still here anymore. And Pluto is still getting into, the crevices of your soul, but not in the same way as he was. He doesn't have all of that energy backing him up now. He's now kind of mellowing out and still going, look, I'm trying to teach you how to find inner emotional security, how to find who you are, the roots of who you are, bring you back, breathe you back to life, and help you enjoy everything that you want to be by showing you the things that are going on in the fifth, the sixth, and the seventh house to help you stir it the way you want to stir it, to make the life the way you want it to be. Now, when we get into the eighth house, I know I'm a little all over the board. I never look at the astrology or anything until I come to the video, and then I just go with the flow. And that's the way that it is. So anyway, when your eighth house for you Libras, that's Taurus. And this is also where the North Node is now. The eighth house is all about making sure that the relationships you have and the rules, the walls, the boundaries in your relationships, but your joint resources. It's not just relationships. It's joint resources, joint efforts, joint finances. It's where the relationship is able to regenerate in healthy ways. You have Taurus here, but Taurus is still going to be here for like the next 5 years, okay? And Taurus is trying to teach you how to be independent, how to still be in the relationships and love people, but to not be needy, not to have to need them in order to feel you, not in order to feel security within yourself. See, because on a universal scale, Taurus is the second house. And this is what I've been saying the whole time when I've been saying these videos is Uranus in Taurus speaks to us about our self-worth, our self-value, our self-esteem. It also speaks to us about our manifestation and how we value and feel about ourselves so that we can step into our independence, our individuality, our uniqueness, our freedom. Be the true, unique, authentic, beautiful soul that you are. But in the relationship zone, are you getting lost in the relationship by, well, I just feel better when you're here, or I just feel better when I'm with that person? Are you comfortable with being with yourself? Are you comfortable with being with you? Can you love yourself enough to be independent and still be in those relationships? See, because that second house, which is Taurus on a universal level, also speaks to you, not just about finances, but about possessions and the little things that make you feel comfortable about yourself, so that you can be in your power. Now, let's apply it to that eighth house. Is comfortable about being yourself in these relationships while still being in your power, not needing to hold on to someone else's power to give you that security. Going right back to your inner emotional security and helping you to stand strong and firm within yourself and be the possession of yourself. Because I've been saying with Taurus being in Uranus, if you're not in your power, someone else will be. Now you have the North Node moving in here. So this is a little under 18 months because it's been here for a little bit. And while Uranus isn't exactly the strongest in Taurus, you have the North Node coming in, giving it that backbone of strength. And it's saying everything. The North Node is everything you need to know in order to move forward. Everything you need to know in order to move forward in healthy ways, which is saying, love yourselves, baby. If you want to have you want to have good relationships. If you want to have, good relationships that help you evolve and be everything you want so that the world is, golden and beautiful and not drab. Believe in yourself. Trust in yourself. And the rest is there to be with you, to support you, along for the ride. because they're even with you, they're balanced with you. But it's not your job to create the balance. It's your job to create the balance for yourself. And this is about making sure that you're able to set the proper boundaries so that you can have the healthiest relationships possible by being upfront, bold, honest, and allowing resurrection to come within these relationships, or know if they're not capable of rebirth and it's time to let them go. I'm just giving it to you the way I see it, or the way I'm feeling it more. Your ninth house is in Gemini. So you're very curious, you want to learn, you want to understand. But here's the thing. Last year, the North Node was in Gemini. And what's here now is Sirius and Lilith. Sirius is karma. This is saying, hey, if you didn't learn everything that you needed to learn about loving yourself so that you can have the best life, I'm about to start hitting you underneath the belt with nurturing. What do you have to do to nurture your soul? To nurture your soul. Where has your soul and your enjoyment and your pleasure and your relationships, where are you not fully allowing yourself to shine? What parts are being neglected? Because if you don't acknowledge them, they'll continue to be neglected. So this is asking you to understand where the neglection was so that you can nurture yourself properly. Now, Lilith being here is reminding you that you're here for a purpose. There's a purpose here. Your soul fire is here. And she's still trying to help you on a spiritual level. Understand your ethics, your morals, your spiritual truth, your psychic energy. Not to mention, if I go all the way back to that seventh house, Pisces with Jupiter is still going to be off the chain with these relationships on psychic levels. But are you seeing the truths within them? Or are you living in, as Neptune is, illusion and delusion? I'm just giving you all the information you need to understand where the month is taking you as far as the energy goes. Now, the only thing that's left in the astrology to really go over with you is your second house. And I left that for last on purpose. Your second house is the South Node in Scorpio. And it now has the South Node in it. The South Node is everything you are incredibly good at, but it doesn't do a lick of good for you anymore. The South Node being in Scorpio is saying, where is it you keep rebirthing the same story over and over and over again? Where is it that you're not standing in your power? Where is it that you're the possession in the relationship? Or, like I said, where it's, I just need to hold you to make me feel better. Where are you not in your power? Where are you giving yourself the idea that you're in your power and that's acceptable when really, there's so much more you long for? The second house is your hidden talents. It's your hidden self-value, self-worth, self-esteem. But you have the South Node here, which is telling you there's specific places that you still are not acknowledging, and you're going to be acknowledging over the next year, of where to regain your power, where to regain your value, and learn how to light that torch for yourself again. So the relationships truly are what you desire. Now, let me see what the cards have to say. Oh, you're upside down. That won't work. I have a thing with my cards, and if they're different ways, they get cocky. They're like, "Yep, we're not talking until you figure out what's wrong with us, Mama." So hold on a second. Was it just those? No. I'm sorry. Hold on. All right. What does Libra need to know for the rest of March? What does Libra need to know or hear to help them through the rest of March? Another one upside down. What does Libra need to know or hear to help them through the rest of March? Well, Spirit just said you need to learn to trust your intuition. And I can't make this shit up. Spirit just said to me, you need to learn to trust your intuition. And what I got was the musician. And for me, the musician is not the second most powerful card. For me, it's actually the high priestess, which means the high priestess has already learned how to become the magician. This, for me, means that you are learning to become the magician. You are learning how to step into your power. You are learning how to come into your magic, your spiritual growth, trust your energy, and watch the manifestation change. So that's a good thing. What else does Libra need to hear? What else does Libra need to hear? This is the Six of Wands. This means all the good things can be coming your way as long as you're believing in yourself. You know, the triumphant return of you is here. And to get everything you want, the returns, the warrior, the inner power, you know, the fire, all of you is can be coming back if you will just let go of the past. Let go of the burdens and what you've been in the past, the way you've done things in the past, it will change and will help you. Climb the steps. Just keep climbing them, honey. You're on your way. You're on your way. Stop being restless over it. Stop holding on to the baggage. You're holding on to things that are no longer important anymore. So let it go and move forward by believing in yourself. And everything else should be coming out roses if you keep on the right path. I love you guys. They just said stop with the prudence. I love you guys. Bye.